Today is Wednesday. Girls just want to have fun. Come back. Okay, if you are a chicken owner and you're looking for an opportunity to have free feed, now's your chance. Okay, all you have to do is register and you enter a chance to win 1 year. I didn't say a month, I said 1 year of free food. Link is in the comments. Today I'm taking my dad to have hand surgery. He has skin cancer and we have to be there not early in the morning, which is good. That way I can go ahead and do animal chores this morning and not be rushed. But we do have to leave here in a couple of hours to head towards Birmingham. It's going to take me about an hour and 15 minutes or so to get to where he's having his procedure done. So off we go. Anytime I leave the farm, you guys know this, but it gives me anxiety because I worry about my animals. I worry about, do they have enough feed? Do they have enough water? Did a predator get them? All those things that we worry about having a farm when we leave the farm. So I always go around and just check everything to make sure they're going to be okay while I'm gone the entire day. First things first is I'm headed to see the big animals. They're all over here munching on some hay. So I just went, well, she's not. That's Polka. I believe that she is pregnant. And if I have my calculations right, she's due in November. Oh my goodness, Shane is going to be so mad because Dexter, I know it's Dexter, knocked all the hay out. See? Dexter Day's gonna be mad at you because he gets his head in there and he knocks it around. And the other day, look at this, they've opened the gate. Dexter, Daddy is going to be so mad at you for doing this. So what he's done, see all this hay on the ground? These, sorry, these animals are so spoiled that they rake the hay out and then they won't eat it off the ground. They only eat it in there. And then when all the hay's gone out of there, they're like, hey, can someone come put me out hay? And Dee Dee here will sit and moo over and over and over until we brought her fresh hay. Did you want to see hay? Hey, bug. You eating some leaves? You sure are a pretty boy. You sure are a pretty boy. So I'm going to have to get him castrated in the next, I say, 8 to 12 months. I'm going to have to get him fixed so he doesn't breed his mama. Lately, Bobby Joe's been in the principal's office just because he can't help it. Like, I'm not mad at him, but right now it's rut season, so every girl is in heat and he is just going ballistic. So he's been spending a lot of time in the principal's office when people come tour because he wants to breed the people that come tour, which is not good. So he has to go to the principal's office. Taterbug, so you see all this hay on the ground that's going to be wasted? Usually what we do is when the hay is on the ground, we'll rake it up and go put it on the places that we need grass to grow in our area where we've been doing construction. So it usually doesn't go to complete waste. It's just that a roll of hay is about $55 here. And so it's a lot of money wasted. So we're gonna have to come up with a better situation with this hay. Now Shane built this. It's really nice. Keeps the cover so the hay doesn't get wet. And they can put their heads through there to eat, obviously, but they're just pulling it out. So we're going to have to come up with a better situation so that all this hay around doesn't happen. She's a pretty girl. Aren't you? You a pretty girl. Really still working with her on trust. She's doing better. I mean, we're not there yet, but Tate the baby has helped her come around with trust a lot. Hey, Mama's going, you got a cigarette? Hey, he always has a piece of hay, one little strand of hay hanging out his mouth. And I always tell him to quit smoking cigarettes because it looks like he has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth at all times. I have a busy weekend up ahead. Saturday, I am taking Haley. If you don't know who Haley is, Haley used to volunteer at my farm 2 years ago, and it's almost like she's my daughter. Like, I just have taken her up under my wing, and she won a pageant here at the school, and so she is going to be represented in the parade by Snead's Farmhouse, and that will be Saturday. On Sunday, I have a business coming here for a little team building activity. I guess that's what you call it, or maybe it's just a time for them to get together and have fun and bring their kids. But I'm super excited about that. There's about 20 of them coming, and I hope to make a difference in their lives. I always talk about making a difference, and I always hope to make a difference, but who makes the difference the most are these animals. You know, when it comes to mental health and so forth, there is nothing more soothing than an animal. And I know that personally. I know it has changed my own personal life coming out here with the animals. And with people that come to the farm that have struggles with stress and anxiety, I can really see the difference in them when they come out here, because the minute they walk through the gate, it's like all the stress escapes them because they get in the moment and begin to play with the animals. Here getting gas, because Birmingham is maybe an hour and 15 minutes from my house. So we got a minute to get there, so I need to fill up. And I got a phone call this morning, and my dad's PET scan is scheduled for Friday. So I had a tour Friday, so I had to change that because we have to be in Birmingham again at 1 o'clock for the PET scan. Then on October the 16th, we go back to the doctor to get the results. You ready? You ready to get this show on the road? Me too. He's nervous. He didn't say a word the whole way, but I'm here with him, so hopefully he'll do well. My dad is in surgery, and I got away from the facility to come eat lunch. And let me set the picture for you. In this area that I'm in is called Mountain Brook. Most of them are very, very, very wealthy people, and they're called Brookies. And like when you come to Mountain Brook, it looks a little different from Coleman. Okay, so I walk into the doctor's office, or whatever you call it, the facility for my dad to have surgery, and it's in Mountain Brook. And I sat down, and I'm looking all around me, and there's nothing but Brookies all around me. And I begin to feel like, oh gosh, I don't fit in, because I was noticing I have on a Kalmbach chicken shirt, and I thought, they probably think I am redneck. But it suddenly brought me back to a situation. Most of the people that come to my farm, or that know me, they're like, Judy's cityfied. She's not country. Like, there's nothing country about Judy. But here in Mountain Brook, I'm a straight up country redneck girl. Like, I do not fit in here at all. when the word country girl is written across my forehead right now with flashing lights, because all these people are totally cityfied compared to Judy. And to be honest with you, I kind of like it. I kind of like, you know, me being in my chicken shirt and my tennis shoes and my nasty goat poop blue jeans that I have on. I probably have cow poop on the bottom of my shoes. I probably stink, but it's really cool not to fit in here. And to be honest with you, I'm feeling very tempted to keep walking up to people, because this shirt right here, it says girls just want to have fun. But Combox sent me the shirt because they're doing this series where you can register and get 1 year of chicken food free if you register. So this shirt was given to me for advertisement. And I'm like, what a great place to advertise in the middle of Mountain Brook. So I'm fixing to interview a couple of people to ask them if they have chickens. Does anybody have chickens around here?
We don't have chickens around here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure do chickens.
They're weird. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any people that have chickens around here?
Do you mean like a Chick-fil-A?
A Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, like there's Chick-fil-A around here.
No, I mean like a real chicken. So I'm here and I'm not usually from here, and I was just wondering if you have chickens.
Like personally? No.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have chickens?
I don't know.
Oh. I filmed somebody I fit in with, so I'm gonna hide the camera. So I was just wondering, you look like you've had chickens when you were young. Have you ever had chickens?
Oh, well, been around them, yes.
You have?
Yeah.
I said,
My granddaddy.
I don't fit in here. I have a farm. I have a petting zoo in Coleman, and I have chickens. And I was just wondering if any of these people had chickens, and they don't look like.
Probably not.
No. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I figure they didn't. But you look like, you and I look like we belong together.
I'm from Adamsville.
You know what? I had Adamsville come tour my farm 3 times. As a matter of fact,
Somewhere in Adamsville?
the middle school
Yeah.
is coming in November to my farm.
Well, it used to be Bottonfield, but it's called, well, I don't know what it's called. It's middle school.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, so I have a petting zoo, and I have all kinds of animals, and I teach kids soft skills. Like I teach them how my animals live together, and they don't fight and fuss. So I teach kids that. But yeah, I love Adamsville. They're the sweetest kids ever.
They are?
This will be their 3rd visit with me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Now, see, they got the elementary school.
Yeah.
And then they called what we called was Bottonfield was the middle school and the high school. Then they built a new school out there on Mount Parkway.
Wow.
And they closed Crumley Chapel, Hillview, and got all those children in there. So I don't know which one of the kids.
It's the 5th graders. I don't know what school that is.
Well, most of them, it's probably still elementary. I think they go on up to 6th grade.
So when your grandfather had chickens, did you have any, like, did you have to go to collect eggs or
yes.
or wring their necks?
Well, I didn't ring their necks.
You didn't?
But now, see, my son and daughter-in-law, they bought chickens.
Yeah.
And so chickens become parents.
Yeah.
and they would even put the eggs underneath the incubator.
Yes, I do that.
Yes. And she was running out of room. And my son, he just lets her take, they live in Summerton. And he just lets her just take care of all that stuff.
Oh, I bet she has a ball.
They have guineas, they have chickens, they have, I think, a rooster. And got, let's see, tortoise.
Oh, I have a tortoise.
And they have, let's see, now they're down to 3 boxer dogs.
Oh, those are
They
my
had
favorite
4,
dogs. Yes.
And one of them had to be put
So they
down.
have a farm, kind of.
Yeah. And when they go out of town, they have someone who takes care of all the farm animals. I don't do all that.
You know what? It's so hard to find someone to take care of my animals.
they're a mess.
Yeah.
And they own a bookstore. It's new, used bookstore on Main Street, Sumter.
Well, you know what? If
It's
you will
booked
give me,
online.
if you'll give me their phone number, I will donate my children's book to them.
Okay, I got some cards.
So Margaret and I became really good friends, and I'm going to donate 10 children's books to her son and daughter-in-law's bookstore, because their bookstore is in business to rescue animals. Is that amazing? And so I am going to donate those books and mail them to Margaret's son and daughter-in-law in hopes to help make a difference. The cool thing about Margaret is I had the conversation with Margaret, and then I said it was nice to meet you, and I walked away. And within a minute, Margaret was coming over there to my side to talk to me some more. And I got to listen to all kinds of stories about her when she was younger, and I got to hear about her and her boyfriend. They've been dating for 30 years, and they travel together, and she began to tell me stories about that, and it was so amazing. So just by me asking her if she had chickens, I met a friend. It's now 3 o'clock. We got here about 10:45 for surgery, and I have gotten word that the surgery is over and they're now patching it up. They talked about having to do a skin graft, so it may take another hour or so to have his wounds stitched up or whatever they do. But it's been a wonderful experience for me, and I'm glad that I was able to take my dad to the doctor and get help. There was something that I learned that I had no idea. So today we need to talk about skin cancer, because he has basal carcinoma, which is not a bad cancer, but I had no clue that basal carcinoma is a flesh-eating cancer. So it will eat your flesh all the way to the bone. She said that she has people coming here and they've let it go for so long that it's all the way to the bone, like she can physically see their bone. And at that point is when it can get in your bloodstream and actually kill you. So if you haven't had your yearly checkup with your dermatologist to check for skin cancer, go make your appointment and comment in the comments to let me know you have it booked and you have it scheduled, because we are family here and we have to look after each other, right? I care about your well-being as much as you care about my well-being. And today I just encourage you to go get your checkup. Back home, going out here to Snead's farmhouse to say, I'm sorry I've been gone all day, but I still love you. Make sure they still love me.
Even if I try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say, but I can't be strong if you can't move on. Don't you think we've had enough of the trauma you bring? Ain't you tired of thinking we can get through anything? 'Cause I can't move on if you can't be strong. But every time I hear you say my name, it always
animals are fed, let's me and you sit down and have a little bit of a talk. You want to? Right here on the porch. All right, today's lesson is, it started off with me going into a doctor's office feeling very uncomfortable because it was almost like everyone was uppity. They all had designer everything and they were just perfectly put together, and I felt very intimidated because I was in a chicken shirt, blue jeans, and tennis shoes, and I was the only one that looked like that. But the moral to the story is, as I was being silly going around asking people if they had chickens, it was almost like the ice was broken. And then everyone in the waiting room that was stressed out because their loved one was in surgery or whatever the situation, maybe they had a stressful morning with their kids or whatever, at the end of the day, we were all just alike. We were all going through hard times with our loved one having surgery and dealing with the stress of life. And even though I walked in and I was so judgmental because I thought I was different from them, what I learned from this lesson is we're all the same at the end. And that's what I preach every time I go live, is how at the end of the day, we're all struggling with something and we're all just alike. And I hope today's lesson that you learn from your Aunt Judy and not to judge.